Let's do the thing. So just a heads up, I like to start sitting up on something like a small pillow or something, just what tends to help a little bit to open up the hips and feel a bit more relaxed in that space. This is Jezebel. She likes to help. Verdict is out whether she does. We're going to work in a lot of transitional stuff today and a lot of twists in our practice. I'll give a lot of modifications for a lot of things. So if you want to like maybe not worry about twisting so much based on whatever's going on in your body, and when we get towards some of our more peak poses, we'll have some options to work through that in ways that should be more approachable for some of our bodies. I was kind of like working towards this practice of twisting and going through a lot of transitional things based on some Brene Brown reading I was doing, where she was talking about the differences between all of these expectations that we have and then how reality plays out, and how our clinging to our expectations tends to totally throw off our ability to deal with reality. And it throws off our ability to be critical about reality and like decide exactly what to do. And as a mover, I'm a dancer and artist, and all of the summits that I've been to, all of the trainings, we always discuss how wild it is as creators to be like, you're constantly just trying to find a balanced point. Like, that's the thing that we want to exist in, is just this place of like balance and ease. But the reality is that we are so rarely ever able to be in that balanced place. So can we instead find a way to be at peace or to be adaptable, even when we're totally thrown off balance, even when everything's all going woo, and maybe that wasn't what we expected or preferred, but it's the way that things are. And so the yoga practice is not to be perfect at the poses, it's to be able to breathe and to be aware in the poses and to hopefully have a good time while you're here. So grab your index finger and your thumb together. We're going to start with face brushing. So the little squishy spot at the bottom of your thumb, bring that to the center of your forehead and brush outwards towards your temples a few times. And then brushing from the sides of your nose out to your temples, on your cheekbones. And from the temples down to your chin, along your jawline. From the sides of the nose down to your chin, along your laugh lines. And bring your fingertips underneath and behind your ears. There's a soft spot back there, and there's a little bony spot above that. And if you lift up from the bony spot, it's a really nice way to think of lifting your spine without hopefully any pinching in the neck. So if you can stay lifted there, take a big breath in, and then rest your hands down into your lap. Just take a few breaths to check in. Reminding yourself that you came here to have a good time and not to be bound to exactly what I might suggest in your practice. And you can always take breaks, take rest, or power it up with extra chaturangas. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. Big breath in through your nose. And let a big exhale out through your mouth. Again, like that. For 3 ohms. 2, blink your eyes open. We're gonna come down onto our backs to start practice. Little hip opening, a little bit of core work. So go ahead and slide yourself on down. Bring your knees into your chest and rock out a few times, finding some space in your lower back. And then set your feet down and put your right ankle on your left knee. You can stay here, just kind of press your right thigh forward or loop your hands around the left leg. Flex your feet here. We won't be here for a really long time. You're probably not going to get into your deepest stretch. I'm going to activate whatever space is available to you right now. Let's take 2 deep breaths in and out. Again. Then keep the shape, drop your left foot to the floor, and you're gonna take your right foot and drop it over to the left. Now if your knee can stay up, great. If it needs to fold in, that's okay too. You're gonna take your arms open into a cactus shape and then wiggle your shoulder blades underneath your back. With every exhale, you let your belly get a little bit squishier. One more round of breath. And then unhook your right leg, come back to the center, and put your left ankle on your right knee. So loop it up and grab the leg or press your thigh forward, but flex your feet. So you're creating a little bit of action in your feet. So you're trying to open whatever space is here. In the deeper stuff after we're a little more warmed up. This is the warming. One more deep breath in. Big exhale. And then setting your right foot down, and you'll tilt the shape over until your left foot comes towards the floor. And then open up cactus shape, and you gotta wiggle your shoulder blades in again. So there's a little bit more open space in front of the chest. And then your belly, the more you relax it, the more you think of it as being squishy around that space, the more twist is available to you. One more breath in. Deep breath out. Unwind your left leg, you'll come back to the center. And you can leave your arms like this, which, spoiler alert, is like really hard, or you can bring your hands behind your back or down by your side. You're gonna take your shins up parallel to the ceiling. And I want you to squeeze your inner thighs or magnetize your inner thighs towards each other. Now, don't worry about how far you get in range of motion side to side. See if you can focus more on the magnetizing of the inner thighs, which I find to be ridiculously difficult as we keep going. Take a big breath in. And exhale, just about 6 or 8 inches over to the right with those knees. Can you keep the thighs magnetized? And then inhale back to the center. And exhale, just about 6 or 8 inches over to the left. And then back to the center. And as you go side to side, if you want to go for more like 8 to 10 inches, and you can keep both shoulders open and you can still breathe and not clench your jaw, be my guest. But like 8 to 10 inches might not be quite as far as you think it is. And if you do this slow, with glued inner thigh muscles, that should be plenty. Maybe instead of going to a further range of motion, you challenge yourself to stop doing weird things with your eyebrows, because me too. For 2 more on each side, unless you decide you're done, but that's what you get to do. Ooh. One more time, maybe, depending on your pace. If you're done, just bring your knees into your chest. Just go ahead and drop it down. Little wiggle.
One last thing before we come up. Drop your feet, open your knees up into the Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined bound angle. If this is tender on your thighs, I want you to just drop one knee over and then give it about 2 breaths and switch to the other one. You can always take your fingertips to the sides of your thighs and support you. If you haven't already evened yourself out, please do that. Close your knees towards each other. We'll drag ourselves up to a seat, and then you're going to swing the legs behind you and come into table pose onto your hands and knees. Be sure to pad up your knees if that is what's best for you based on your core. We're going to thread the needle. Slide your, I'll do my left hand, doesn't matter if you do your right first, doesn't matter if you do your left first, pick one. And then the other hand, if you can, place the palms one on top of the other. Now, if that feels weird in your neck, leave that hand here. But if you can push both palms together, a little bit more space in the back of the heart and soften your belly so you're getting more of that rotation. Big breath in. Big breath out. That top hand, go ahead and put it back under your shoulder, unwind yourself, and then slide around the other way. So you're going to slide down onto the back of your shoulder. This hand stays here, or you place it palm on palm, and then press those palms together. Let the arms be active, the palms be active, and the belly and the hips become soft. And you're going to take the top hand, put it back underneath your shoulder, unwind yourself back to your hands and knees. Start walking your knees back a little bit. You have a little bit longer of a plank still on your knees, so go ahead and lower all the way down onto your belly as slow as you like. And reach your toes back, your heart forward. We'll come in a cobra pose and wiggle your shoulders around so you might have a little bit more extra space there. Take another breath in, and exhale, soften down. Lift your belly and maybe your hips up a little bit off of the floor. You can leave your knees down, especially to start. Pick yourself up right back from where you came from, and then pull back, little like half child pose, crouchy, good hip stretch. You can wiggle your tail. Inhale, come up and forward. You're going to try to get your heart over your thumb, so it's kind of easy to be back here. It's a little bit easier to move, but the shoulders creep forward. Challenge yourself to come forward. Draw the belly in, or all the way down to your belly. And then slither forward in a cobra pose. Big breath in. Exhale, soften, lift your belly, lift your pelvis if you can, push yourself up. And then reach back. Shifty, wiggly, hippie thing that should feel fun. And then keep those fingertips spread out. Inhale, come up above your heart. Now, you might only go down to where your elbows touch your ribs, or you can go to the floor again. That's fine. If you go down to your elbows and ribs, we have that chaturanga. And then you're going to feel your heart moving forward into up dog. Maybe you push yourself through. And then you're going to come back to the chaturanga or back to the floor, and then push yourself up and squeeze yourself back and wiggle things around again. And then give a little wiggle around to your fingers and your wrists. Okay. I promise the whole hour is not going to be like that. We're actually going to be off of our hands for a good while, but when I get the arms turned on for some of the later stuff. So let's go ahead and come forward again. I'm going to do it on my toes. You are in full license to stay on your knees or stay with going down to your belly. So I'm going to come up and forward. Maybe you come up into plank pose. Notice I'm not plank pose here. I'm plank pose, pushing the floor away. Come forward halfway or all the way down. As you inhale, come into your heart opener. On your exhale, come back to the bottom of your push-up, back to the top of your push-up, and let's go downward facing dog. Go ahead and press it up and back. Wiggle things, shake things. Shake a hand out. You're not gonna need a ton of chaturangas today, but we're gonna do some strong arm stuff. So just kind of knowing that was the fire to get us started. Big breath in, big sigh. And then look forward. You're gonna bring your feet up to your hands. Coming into a forward fold. Roll your shoulders back, come halfway up. Halfway is the heart. It's from the heart up. That's what you're lifting. When you exhale, fold it down. Push strong into your feet. Stand all the way up. Big inhale. And exhale into your heart. Bring your feet together so that they touch. I know usually I say like you can have some space right to left in between them, but let them touch now because it's going to make certain things easier. You're going to sit back in a chair pose. Pull your hips back. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Reach your arms up. Alright, so you're going to squeeze those thighs together and keep the knees even. And then swoop your right arm back so you come into a twist. And I'll tell you what, my arms are not at 6 o'clock. They're more like 4 o'clock. They might get to 5 o'clock if I really get warm today. We're going to stay about as twisted as you are. Leave your right knee there, your right foot there. Take your left foot, step it back into a lunge. Soften your belly. Stay leaning forward slightly. It's going to let you twist a little bit more. Lift those inner thighs. One more exhale. And then right hand to your hip. You're going to lift the left arm up. Revolve Peaceful Warrior, which is an interesting exercise in balance. And you lift your inner thighs here. Good. Exhale. Inhale, open the arms. Stay there. Exhale, twist. And then look forward. You're going to step your left foot up to your right foot. Lean back to the chair. If you can get your thighs squeezed in together. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soften it down. Stand all the way up again. Slowly move to the spine. Exhale, down to your foot. Squeeze those thighs together. Sit back, chair pose. Again. Reach those arms up. Relax your inner shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale. Swoop that left arm back. You can keep your thighs squeezed together. Soften your belly. Maybe push a little bit more. And then it's going to be the right foot that you're going to step back towards the back of your mat. And you might make many steps. This doesn't have to be like graceful and fluid every time. It's just an effort we make. One more exhale. Left hand to the left hip. Right arm goes up. I like to look back over my back shoulder. That feels best in my neck. You could look up, you could look anywhere. It can be lifting your thighs to see if you can engage more of that balance here. One more breath in. Stay there, exhale. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, twist more maybe. And then look forward, look at your left foot. And then step your right foot up. Try to come into chair pose and stay low. Find it, squeeze those thighs together, maybe wiggle your feet if you needed to. One more breath out. Stand all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, fold it forward. We're gonna go back to downward dog. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. You can go straight to downward dog or child's pose, or come down through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. If you wanted to go back to chaturanga, you could. I'm just gonna press it back to downward dog. So you just know we did that before. If you love those, go for it. I honestly do love those. So let's meet in the middle today. Just pressing back here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Then look forward. Step your feet up to your hands. You can hop if you do that. Inhale, halfway up. Fold, exhale, soften yourself, and then stand all the way up. Big inhale. Exhale, hands at the heart. Okay, we're gonna do that one again. We're gonna add on a little balance at the end. I'm just knowing you might get a little bit wibbly wobbly at one point, and just be kind with yourself. Let's sit back into chair pose. Reach those arms up. Big breath in. Exhale, open to the twist. Stay here, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. Step your left foot back. Breathe in. Breathe out, maybe twist deeper. Just one breath to the revolve piece. One breath back to the twist. Now look forward, try to stand up, bring your left knee up into your chest. Now you're gonna take your right arm forward and your left arm back. Try to lift your inner thighs so you stay a little bit more twisted. And then come back to the center and take a big breath in. Set your foot down, breathe out, wiggle things. And on the journey from that back foot coming all the way up can be wacky at points. Do what you do. Sit those hips back. Use those inner thighs together. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swoop that left arm back. Stay here, breathe in. Use those thighs together, breathe out. Step the right foot to the back of your mat. Inhale here, open the chest. Exhale, maybe twist deeper. One inhale, revolve piece, reaching up from the heart. One exhale, back to the twist. Now look forward, stand up, take your right knee up. Think of lifting those inner thighs to become balanced, and you're gonna twist open towards the right. Now notice you don't wanna shift back here because then you're not up on top of your foundation. Try to get up on top of it. One more exhale. Inhale, face forward. Set the foot down. Wiggle things. We're gonna go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And then planting hands, you can hop or you can step back to plank. You can go straight to down dog or down to chaturanga. Maybe to the floor. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, press it back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Relax your neck. One more breath, strong from the heart down into your hands. And then look forward. You're gonna bring your feet up to your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, get really long. Exhale, get really soft. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands at your heart. Bring your feet together. We're gonna change that up a little bit. Let's come into chair pose, sit those hips back, reach your arms up. Squeeze those inner thighs together. This time you're gonna bring your hands together and your left elbow goes to your right knee. You need to have elbow at your knee and hand at your hip. That can be a little bit easier to balance and a little bit easier to make transitions back. Squeeze those thighs together. Start with popping your left foot off the ground. Oh man. And then bring the left foot to the back of the mat. Okay. Inhale here. Exhale here. Then bring your right hand to your right hip. Don't let the right knee fall in. We're gonna reach that left arm up, revolve piece. Go ahead and unwind yourself a little bit and then come to face forward. You're gonna lift that knee back up again. So you're just gonna try it again. Lift the knee. And then go ahead and set things down. Sit the hips back. So wiggle your feet together. Sit the hips back. You really need to have that strong inner thigh line to keep hopefully the knees steady as we go here. And then it's the right elbow coming down to the left knee. Try to keep your hips below your heart. If you're up here, it's going to be really hard to travel back to the lunge. You're going to really keep those thighs as low as you can. Soften that belly. And pop the right heel up. Step it back. Oh, find the lunge. Maybe you can turn your heart over more to the left. Lift those inner thighs. Open your chest towards your thumbs. One more exhale. And then left hand to the left hip. You're gonna reach the right arm up, free that poor belly you've been squishing. Exhale, unwind a bit. Look forward, take that right knee up towards your chest. And set it down, hands at your heart. We'll flow through to downward dog again. Big breath in. Big breath out. It's the heart that lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back. And then you're gonna press back or lower down. Open your heart. And press back or press down to chaturanga and back up through up dog. I don't know, you do you though. One more exhale. Look forward. Just bring feet up to hands. Inhale, halfway up. Hold, exhale. All the way up. Lift those arms. And then hands down at the heart. Okay. We're gonna do this next one twice. We're gonna come towards an arm balance. We're gonna work towards side curl. If you have like a pillow or a blanket or something that's gonna make your brain less like, about it, go ahead and grab that and have that handy. Demo side curl when we get a little bit closer to it, but we'll do this twice. We have some opportunities. A little bit different again. Squeeze the thighs together, come back into chair pose. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, twist left elbow over towards right knee. Up from here, see if you can step your left foot back, finding the twist. Oh my gosh. So notice how twisted you are on this exhale. And then inhale, revolve peace. Stay here, exhale, maybe twist deeper. Now inhale, reach forward. Take your elbow back to the outside of your thigh, maybe your palms together. See if you can twist a little bit more, or if it's just an extra wringing out. Now, look down at your right foot. You want to bring your left foot back up to meet it. And you might make many steps in order to do that. Okay. Now, from here, you're going to come up to the center, and then forward fold. Wiggle things out a little bit. And then come down, take a quick seat so you can sit on your heels here. Maybe you can take like a squat if you want to keep your heels flat. You can keep the toes in and kind of rest here. Sit however you want. Real quick, as we go into side curl, I just want you to play with this a little bit. You don't have to worry about getting your hands off of the ground, but it will come down, maybe in chair pose here, or you can come down onto your heels. The two side curls, one is where your hands and your feet face the same way, and you lean the heart forward. One that might be easier for many of us is for the toes to face one way, the hands to face the other. You have to make connection with your elbows, and you just lean your heart forward. Maybe one foot comes off, maybe two. And if you wanted to have like something here, I've even put my head down so that I don't worry about my head falling until it becomes less scary. If you do not want to do that, you come back into this chair. Maybe you work on opening, maybe you work on a hand behind your back, any of those sorts of things. Yeah. I've also done some of these balance work if your feet are full with that. So if you haven't already, shake things out. Try that side curl. Maybe you just take hands down here, practice twisting, leaning your heart forward, maybe the feet up. And then when you decide that you've had enough, come your face forward. Head to a fold, wiggle things. Oh my goodness, what did I sign up for today? Letting the ego go. And then inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, soften it down. All the way up. Big breath in. And exhale, hands at your heart. First time my teacher ever did side curl with me, I thought that she was kidding. So if you think that I'm kidding, whatever, it doesn't matter. Do what feels good. Let's do the other side. Bring the feet together, breathe in. Exhale, sit down into that chair. Hook your right elbow on your left knee. Squeeze those thighs together, try to balance the weight on your feet and your hips so you come in the center. Look over towards the left. And then step your right foot towards the back. into a lunge. Ah! Stay here, breathe in. Maybe twist deeper, breathe out. Then left hand to your left hip, right arm lifts up. Reach up with your heart. Find expansion in the front of you. And exhale, reach forward until your elbow comes to your knee again, and then bring your palms back together. Inhale, turn the heart to your thumbs. Exhale, see if you can deepen the twist. Then look down and forward. You're gonna take your right foot up. Your shift, you might bend, come down onto your heels. Your hands coming up here, working around a little bit. You do your side curl work. This is an option. And then we'll all meet. Forward fold. Wiggle things around if you like. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hand to your heart. One more time, flowing through the downward dog. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. And downward dog can always be child's pose resting. Inhale, halfway up. Plant the hands, step, or hop. I'll show the crazy one again in case you were curious. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Oh my god. Release the back of your neck from your shoulders. Big loud sigh on your next exhale. And then look forward and step your feet up to your hands. Inhale, heart is the half foot lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your feet in nice and close. We'll go through the flow one more time just to have an extra chance at doing crazy things. Sit down into a chair. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, left elbow right knee. Stay here, inhale. Exhale. Step the left foot back. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. Right hand to your hip. Inhale, left arm lifts up. Exhale, relax this right shoulder. Inhale, reach forward. Elbow to the knee, exhale. Stay here, breathe in. See if you can twist deeper, breathe out. Look forward, step your left foot up to your right foot. And then you get to choose, do I stay here, do weird arm stuff, do I come out of it, do I just forward fold and wiggle my bum, or do you work down? Make sure if you're doing the two-arm version, you connect your elbow to the hip. That's something I see a lot. And you want to take the hip shoulder back. Also, you want to look forward. If you look elsewhere, it just doesn't work. The amount of times I've tried to take pictures of this pose and it just looks awkward. And it feels awkward. So test it out. And then I'll meet you forward fold. Little things. Halfway up, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. All the way up, breathe in. Breathe out, hands to your heart. If you just for a breath. Let it out. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, wiggle your feet together, sit back in a chair pose. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay here, inhale. Stay here, exhale. And then try to step your right foot back. And it could be 10 steps until it gets back to the right place. That's fine. You get to the place you breathe in. You stay there as you exhale. And then the revolve piece. Whoa, left hand to left hip, heart lifts the right arm up. Maybe you feel like you're about to fall over like I do. And then on your next inhale, reach so you come longer into that twist. Elbow to the knee, palm to palm. Open it up again, lift those inner thighs, look down to your left foot, and bring that back foot up. And then working towards chair pose, or whatever you want to work towards. So you can work on that side crawl, you can like doing some of this stuff, come off of the hands. I went running with a friend of mine who runs like a 2 minutes faster in a mile than I tend to. I was like, man, really glad I practiced yoga so sometimes my ego doesn't get in the way. That was hard. So do fun things, and when it's no longer fun, when you're done with that, we're gonna come into a forward fold. Hang out there for a moment, yeah? So maybe wiggle your feet more like hip width distance apart. Elbow head. You may have hands at shins if you've got tight back or hamstrings, just working with your body and your hold. And then you're gonna bend more into your left leg. So you're either gonna take your left hand to your shin or to the floor. Take the right arm up. Very liberating twist. Breathe that outer hip. One more exhale. And switch sides. You're now gonna bend more into your right knee. The right hand's gonna come to the shin or to the floor. Open that left arm out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come back to the front. Bend your knees. Go ahead and roll it up this time. We're going to be a little bit more relaxed, but that's fine. And step your feet out really wide. Turn your toes over towards the right. I'll mirror you here. We're going to take a big shift into the hips. Slide the right hand down. And then take the left arm, open it up for a moment. You can stay here, or if it feels okay in your core, reach it out a little bit more, taking the arm up above your nose. Bring a little bit more side body lengthening in this shape. One more exhale. Then take it up, lift yourself back up. We're actually going to continue going over towards this right foot. You might take your left knee down, or you might just come up onto the toes, the back foot down, anything here. You can, if it's okay in your knees, come onto the pinky toe of your foot and turn that knee up. Instead of being here, I'm going to come here. I want to be able to feel strong in my arms, so if you can take the back knee down so you don't have as much pressure on your hands, do that. So really, I want you to open your hips, not have to feel like you're doing some sort of crazy acrobatic contortion. Big exhale. And then you're going to start walking over towards the left. Turn all 10 toes over to the left. Forward fold. Wiggle your hips if you like. I'm clearly a fan of wiggling these days. Bring the weight into your feet, bring your hands to your thighs, and then stand yourself all the way up. Not the crazy places. Set up for triangle pose on the other side. The wide legs, toes turned over towards the left, give that shift in the hips, left hand down. Right arm starts out. I'm gonna find this where my spine is nice and long so I can really reach my tailbone back, feel that shift in my hips. And then, if I want to from here, reaching the arm up and over the nose. So I've got some space behind my shoulder blade. Big exhale. Reach it up, lift it up. We're going to continue moving it over towards this left leg. I'm going to come down to the inside of it. Let's pivot out of the toes or not, come down into the knee or not. Then I'm going to come out of the pinky toe into the foot so the knee opens up. What I mean by having some strong arms and a strong back leg is that I'm not just like falling in my hips, right? One more breath in. One more breath out. You're going to come back onto the whole foot, walk yourself over towards the left, forward fold. One more exhale. Go bend the knees, bring your hands to your body, stand yourself up, and then bring your feet together. I'm gonna face this way so I can face you when you do weird things. We're gonna do one more little balance flow. We're gonna try to not talk a lot about it. So we're just gonna cue some of the shape. You're gonna go from taking that twist that we did to doing revolve half moon. And since we're not gonna do it for long, you don't have to have a block in front of you. You don't have to go down to the floor. You can kind of hover in space. We're just gonna kind of move from shape to shape. You need to put your foot down, put your foot down. Start with your feet underneath your hips. You're gonna take your right knee, go ahead and lift it up. And then exhale, twist over towards the right. Try to stay steady. Inhale, come back to the front. Exhale, hands to your heart. Reach your right leg back. Keep lifting those inner thighs. Good. Take an inhale to open your chest forward. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm open. And then come back to facing forward. See if you can lift the right leg up and set it down. Then take your left knee up. Do two on each leg, one at a time. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the front again. Exhale, heart goes forward, leg goes back. Inhale, open your heart, lift those inner thighs. Exhale, open your arms. Inhale, come back up, lift the leg. Exhale, set it down. And just again, because why not? Inhale, lift the right knee. Just kind of give it an extra chance for the body to maybe be more familiar with it. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, come forward, send the leg back. Lift those inner thighs, breathe in. Exhale, open the arms into the twist, lift those inner thighs. Inhale, back to standing, and send the foot down. I find most hard things don't actually get easier, they just get more familiar in the body, so I'm gonna go try it again. Inhale, lift the leg, arms. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, coming forward, testing those inner thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lifting your back, lifting. Inhale, back to standing, be vertical, yay. Exhale. And then coming into your space, you're going to go back to downward dog. We'll start to take it down here. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. You step or you hop. It's totally up to you. Exhale, chaturanga or to downward dog. Inhale, up dog. If you want to do the crazy thing again, you can. If you never want to do the crazy thing in the first place, that's awesome. Way to listen to yourself. Who the heck cares? Push strong from your heart into your hands. Relax your heels. Big breath in. Big breath out. And lower your knees down. Bring them wide, toes towards each other. Come into child's pose. Wiggle those fingertips out as long as you can. And then just rest back into those hips. Bring your hands over towards the left edge of your mat. You're going to put your right hand on your left hand, rest your head somewhere, and then press down, lowering your right hand to open those outer rib spaces. Right hip pulls back. And then right hand to the right edge of your mat, left hand to the right edge of your mat, push down on the left hand, rest your head, pull that left hip back. One more exhale. And then come out, walk yourself back. We're gonna come into a seat. If you find it difficult because you've got like tight back hamstrings, etc., to sit up, you can bring something and set it underneath your hips. I feel like I'm mostly mobile, but it just feels better. If you sit up on something, that's going to make the forward folding, any of this stuff we do a little bit softer on the body. Let's start with a twist. Take your right leg over the left leg. Try to keep both hips down. Lift your left toes. We're going to hug the thigh. Right hand in nice and close. Lift your heart, open it. Exhale, soften your belly to twist. 2 more breaths. And with your exhale, release the twist. And then you're gonna shift this over to either have your ankle on your knee and you'll stay here. I would recommend holding onto your knee. If that's too much, put your foot on the inside of your leg. But if you can keep the ankle on the knee and hold on to it, send your heart forward to that shin. It doesn't have to get far. If it gets to a point at which you feel things, that's all you need to go into. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come on out and slide that right leg out in front of you. We'll take the left leg and go ahead and cross it up and over. And then your left hand stays in nice and close. Hug the thigh, lift your right toes. It'll help to cue the spine to lift taller. Open the chest and soften your belly. Every exhale, let that belly get softer. 2 more breaths. Release the shape, and you're gonna shift the leg to either having the foot on the inside of the leg or the foot up just above the knee here. And then send the heart forward. It's not about crunching into your leg. Send the heart forward. One more breath in. One more breath out. Start to come up. Unwind your legs. We're going to wrap them up quite a bit here. I'll shift and face towards you. If you want to take, I'll mirror you. Take your right shin and bring it out in front of you. And then you're going to take your left leg and just kind of wiggle it around a little bit. And then try to put your ankle on your knee and your knee down towards your ankle. Third place. For the vast majority of us, it's going to be here. I've been doing this a lot lately. This is the closest it's been lately. We're going to do a little something to make this hopefully a little bit better. I want you to take the flesh on this hip, pull it back. Then take a twist over towards that top foot. Big breath in. Big breath out. Ooh. Twist over towards the top knee. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your twist. Come to face forward. You can hold on to this leg if it's going to make things easier for you. You can grab something and put it underneath this knee. You can change the half lotus pose if that feels better in your legs. Hold for it. Let's see if you can take one more steady breath in this unbalanced place. Start to unwind your leg. Because most of us don't have perfectly balanced hips there. It helps with something under the hips. It helps to do all of that work. It helps with time, but it's still slightly asymmetrical, and they call it fire logs for a reason, right? So take your shin, bring it parallel. You're going to take the opposite leg, wiggle it around a little bit. We're lubricating the joints here. I'm not just being weird. And you're going to take your ankle onto your knee, and then maybe you drop this one down. I like to hold on to the knee if it's feeling a little bit tender. Give it what it needs, whatever support you need. Take the flesh back. Twist over towards the top foot. Stay through the exhale. Twist over towards the top knee. Inhale. Exhale. Back to the front. See what changed or what you should change about your body. Change your body into a place where you can stay here, feel some hip work, and most importantly, feel some breath. Big breath out. Unwind yourself. We'll wiggle the legs. And then we're going to come down on our backs and get ready for Shavasana. So we're going to start off with fish pose. Which means come down onto your elbows here. Elbows right underneath your shins. You can have your legs straight or legs bent. I get much more hard opening than my legs. That's going to go down now. That's what I'm going for here. push down into your elbows, feel your heart opening up. You can let your head kind of look up or the head to fall back. This is the only head back pose that my head feels good in because it's cradled by my shoulders. All the other ones, my body's like, please don't ever do this. One more exhale. And then soften your heart down. You need to lift your head up. And you're going to widen your elbows down on your back. And bring your feet up to a place that's just wider than your hips. Reach your arms back. If that's comfortable, great. If you need to open them, great. You can hold elbows. That would also be neat. Flex your toes to your shins. Drop your knees over towards the right. If that feels great, stay there. If your left knee is wonky, stay there. If you would like to put your right ankle on your left knee and get a deeper stretch, that is also available to you if it is delightful to do so. Soften your belly back towards your spine. Reach the elbows away from your head. Big breath in. Big breath out. Release your foot back to the center. Your hips went weird in some way, shift them back to the center, and then flex your feet. Take your knees over towards the left. With the option of putting your foot on your knee if that is beneficial and pleasant. Or you did a bunch of weird balancing things and there'll be something in the vague vicinity of side crow, so you had enough struggle today, right? This is when we start to be sweet again. Hopefully you were sweet to some degree the whole way through. Breathing out. And take the left ankle off of your knee, come back to the center. Wiggle your feet a little bit closer, heels a little bit closer, and let's go one back bend of your choosing. I'll cue bridge pose. Wiggle your shoulders underneath your heart, push your hips into the air. Maybe you hold hands underneath your back, push down into all four corners of both feet. Your heart pulls up to your nose. Relax your throat to allow the heart to open more. Big inhale. Release your shoulders, exhale. Hips down onto the floor. Walk your knees wider, let your knees fall, or walk your feet wider, let your knees fall against each other. That's good. If there's anything else that your body is calling for at the end of this practice, any other poses, movements, a different place to rest in Shavasana, please go there. You can also keep the knees back here or extend out, flopping the feet open, letting the palms rest open by your sides. I like to give a little snuggle of the shoulder blades gently together underneath the heart. This helps to open that chest space a little bit more. Allow yourself to settle into this rest for the next few minutes, and then we'll meet up again to close.
As you start to tune back into your body, take some deeper breaths. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes if it feels good to you. When you're ready, start to turn yourself over to one side, curling inwards for a moment of gratitude for your practice. And then starting to lift yourself up into your own version of a comfortable seat. As you bring your hands together at your heart, we'll seal practice releasing an om together. I always encourage, if you want to just like let out a death growl or something instead, do that. Big breath in. Bowing down to the love inside of our hearts, the light and the darkness within each of us. Namaste, friends. Hi. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I got the AC is off in the office, and I'm not missing this class. I'm just gonna do it from work.
Thanks, Misty. Thanks, Rebecca and DeAndre. Appreciate you being here. Let me know if you ever have any questions about anything. Oh, I don't think I have put my my playlist up this month. I will put that up in the event. This currently is Conan. Did I type that in right? Yes. Yeah, that email. So the April Kind of Rock or Yoga Kind of Rocks is the PayPal, and then the Venmo is the April McKay one. And I think it's all in the event page. I'll make sure to update that. And I'll put the playlist up because it's good. I just do the same playlist all month because I don't have that much time on my hands. I'll do a new one for April. I think I'm going to keep this class going in April too. We'll see as we go towards summer, but I think April will still be good. So.
Your playlist.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm losing my words. Okay, you're all amazing. Have fabulous days. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.